Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're strapping in for a real true crime-style investigation into the digital financial world. We're unpacking a massive deep dive into a platform known as Tag Market. Sometimes they go by TM Financial, too. Our objective today is super simple. We're going to look closely at the source material to completely dismantle the facade of legitimacy around this operation. We want to see exactly what's hiding underneath the surface.
So, what happens when the exact architects behind a billion-dollar collapse decide to build a brand new trap? It's a chilling question, right? Because, according to our source, we aren't just looking at amateur hour here. No, we're looking at an operation allegedly engineered by the very same people who previously orchestrated massive financial catastrophes. We're talking about a history of vanished funds and literally millions of victims. So when these guys build a new trap, we really need to pay attention. Let's find out what's going on.
Section 1. Anatomy of a Scam. Okay, let's dive into this and see how the trap is actually built.
To understand the endgame here, we really need to understand what a rug pull is. Basically, it's a malicious maneuver where developers abruptly abandon a project, shut down all the systems, and completely disappear with the investors' funds. The floor is literally pulled out from right under you. And according to the investigation, this isn't just some worst-case scenario for Tag Market, it's their entire business model.
Section 2. The Serial Rug Pullers. Let's take a look at their dark history. The pattern of destruction here is just undeniable. Back in 2017, the figures identified as Anna Becker and Jeremy Roma were involved in a project called Endotech. And get this, their corporate address, hilariously, or maybe tragically, led to a local pizzeria. You can't make this stuff up. Then, in 2022, they launched Daisy, which the source alleges resulted in a massive rug pull with 2 million victims and roughly $950 billion in total volume. That's a staggering number. Fast forward to 2025, a project called Effusion collapsed under a CEO named Kevin Hart. And now, in 2026, with a new rotating CEO named Nick, who actually has his own history of bankrupting unregulated platforms, they've launched Tag Market. It's just a constant repeating cycle of evasion and destruction.
Section 3. Fake licenses, phony tech.
Let's look at what the source calls the license lie. So Tag Market proudly flashes a license number on their website to look legit. But when investigators dug into it, that license actually belonged to a totally different broker called Pure Market Ltd., which completely shut down on March 28, 2024. When confronted about this, Tag Market leadership basically said, "Oh, we just took over the license." But as the source rightly points out, financial licenses cannot be bought and sold like used cars. A defunct license is dead, gone. To make matters worse, Tag Market links their registration to an entity called AA Capital. When AA Capital, which is a real estate firm by the way, was contacted, they denied having absolutely any connection to Tag Market. Just a massive, massive red flag. And this brilliantly illustrates their actual liquidity structure, which operates exactly like a classic Ponzi scheme. Step 1. Tag Market forces users to lock their funds for 30 days. Now, legitimate brokers do not do this. They offer instant withdrawals, right? Step 2. Because those funds are locked up, the platform uses new deposits to pay out the older investors. It creates this perfect illusion of profit. Step 3. They wait. And Step 4. The absolute moment new deposits slow down and the math stops working, the house of cards falls, and they execute the rug pull. Now, what's really interesting about this next part is the technology they use. Real brokers have to undergo strict background checks by MetaQuotes to get an official branded MetaTrader 5 application. But because Tag Market's founders obviously can't pass a background check, they offer users a generic, unbranded executable file. And the source reveals something truly terrifying here. An analysis of this specific file through VirusTotal proved it wasn't just a trading terminal. Nope. It contained a banking Trojan and severe malware. Why? Because when the rug pull inevitably happens, they intend to steal your personal data and passwords and sell them straight to the black market.
Section 4. The KYC Ladybug Test. This is where things get almost comically absurd. In the real financial world, under strict 2026 MiCA regulations, exchanges have to use advanced biometric analysis, like scanning your face and ears, to verify who you are and prevent ID theft. Tag Market? They completely ignore this. Their system is entirely broken and relies on these incredibly outdated photo uploads. According to the source, this security system doesn't actually exist to protect you. It literally only exists to harvest whatever IDs they can get their hands on, so they can sell them later on the dark web.
To prove just how non-existent their security actually is, the source shared this incredible bit of dark comedy. A colleague testing their system uploaded a photo of his grandmother's passport, a wonderful woman who sadly had passed away 5 years prior. And for his required selfie, he just uploaded a picture of a monkey. The result? TagMarket's system approved the account and officially verified it in 20 minutes. 20 minutes. The source even replicated this themselves by uploading an expired passport next to a picture of a literal ladybug. Boom. KYC verified. Honestly, it would be hilarious if it wasn't so incredibly dangerous.
Section 5. Shadows, WhatsApp, and Dubai. Let's move on and see how this builds into their ultimate escape plan.
First up, their support channels. Look, legitimate businesses are legally required to use CRM, Customer Relationship Management Systems. This ensures every single interaction is transcribed and saved, right? You need transparency in case authorities ever have to investigate a dispute. But TagMarket? They use encrypted WhatsApp groups. Why? Well, because with the push of a single button, the admins can instantly delete the entire chat history for everyone. It leaves absolutely zero trace for European authorities to track. Poof, gone.
Then there's the geographical setup, which the source calls the jurisdiction trap. They're operating out of Dubai. Now, Dubai has unfortunately become a well-known haven for multi-level marketing scams because there is no extradition treaty with Europe. They can basically operate with total impunity. Plus, even if their claimed offshore Mauritius license was real, which we've already established it absolutely isn't, it offers exactly zero legal protection to a citizen living inside the EU. And here's the kicker, it's actually illegal for them to sell this product to residents of the UAE itself. That's exactly why they target overseas victims from the safety of Dubai.
Section 6. The inevitable collapse. Let's talk about the fallout.
According to the source, the end of this scam isn't going to be announced with some formal press release. Oh no. It's going to be announced with a simple error message popping up on your screen that reads, "We have problem with our servers, we cannot pay out right now." The absolute second you see that specific text, the illusion is over. That server error message is the definitive, concrete signal that the rug pull has finally happened.
Because of this, the investigator's advice is incredibly urgent and totally uncompromising. If you have any funds in TagMarket, the source imparts that you need to withdraw them right now, today. Do it while the Ponzi structure is still trying to keep up its facade and pay out the older investors. The source points to a recent platform called Skynet that collapsed in the exact same way, leaving users who ignored the warnings with absolutely nothing. Listen, this collapse isn't just a possibility. The source makes it clear it is a 100% certainty.
As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with a thought to reflect on. We've seen this stark contrast between a legitimate, regulated broker and a collapsing house of cards built on ladybug KYC and malware. So, I have to ask you, when that server error inevitably appears on the screen, will your money still be there? Thank you so much for joining me to unpack this fascinating, if totally unsettling, investigation. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and keep learning.